What's up, guys? Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about a few things, but first of all, I want to share a little bit about my setup. Today's going to be about relationships and how to make sure that your relationships are working for you and not you working for your relationships, because there's a thing that a lot of people do, guys and girls, and it's a very, very, very common, such a common mistake that some people think it's the right way to go, but it's really fucking you over. But first of all, I want to give you a little bit about my setup. This is a microphone, very nice little lapel mic. It makes things easier. It's snaked under my shirt so you don't even see anything. If you want to create content, this is a really good starter mic. I want to get a nicer mic, but this is a great starter mic because first of all, it's stereo, which is kind of cool. And second of all, it's only like 20 bucks. It's a Sony. I'll put a link in the description. If you use any of my affiliate links, I got a little cut at no cost to you. And then I also have it connected to this, which is a nifty little Sony recorder. And that I can just stick in my pocket. And I have two of them, so when I have a guest, stick one in their pocket. You see at the end of my interview with Isaac Melland, that I have, I put his stuff, he has one of these in his pocket, and right at the end, I ask him for it, and I take it back. So you'll see how easy that is. We can just walk around even, and we each have a lapel mic and portable recorder. So that's cool as fuck. Second thing is that thing you see way in the background, kind of blurry, because this is a really nice depth of field camera. That is my equipment bag. It holds fucking everything. All my cords, it holds my laptop, my 15-inch MacBook Pro, bro. Mac life. Sorry, Windows fucks. Mac's the way to go. I'm just kidding. If you like Windows, you like Windows. I just think you're foolish. That is my equipment bag, which is amazing. It's going to be amazing for when I start traveling again. As you can see, there's my lens in there. It's got a DSLR area, and it's also theft-proof or theft-resistant, I would say. It's nothing theft. You can take a knife and open it if you want it. But it's theft-resistant, and there's some cool fucking things. I'll talk about it more in other episodes. I'll put the link in that below. It's a BagSmart bag. BagSmart's a really good fucking company. And then I'll also put a link to my camera and my tripod and lens and mount and all that shit right in the description. But before, without further ado, I wanted to talk to you guys about some things. I wanted to talk to you guys about relationships and a very common mistake that not only a lot of people make, but a lot of people say is the right way to go because they're fucking weird and they want to make you have a horrible life. I'm just kidding. It's not because they want to make you have a horrible life. It's because they have been told the same thing and they just didn't learn that it's not necessarily great for you. In fact, it's probably not good for you at all. And that is that you want to devote yourself to your partner. You want to give yourself to your partner. You want to give your attention to your partner, especially guys hear that a lot and guys feel that a lot because there's the sense that like, oh my God, if somebody is giving me their attention, if somebody is giving me access to their body, to their sex, then like I have to give something back. No, you don't. You really don't. And the thing is like, when it comes to thinking like they're giving me themselves, I have to give me myself. Okay, I'm not saying you don't have to give yourself because you should be available and open to them. You should be also emotionally available if they're your main partner or if they're a close partner. But it's not a business relationship. It's not like, hey, a relationship, a sexual union, an emotional relationship isn't, hey, you give me this and I give you that. There are aspects to that, but it's a lot more, we enjoy each other as people and we want to come together and enjoy our lives together. And the key is, first of all, do you feel comfortable on your own? That's number one. Because if you don't feel comfortable, if you aren't happy, like say, if I have a date scheduled and she flakes, which happens a lot, guys. If you haven't gone on a lot of dates, You might not know, but there's nothing wrong with that. But if you have, you'll find that a lot of girls flake, even if you're a cool fucking guy. A lot of girls flake. They get nervous. You're just a random dude in her life that she's never met, so her friend asked her to hang out. Unless you got her really excited, like you have the best photos on Tinder, and you seem like you have a really cool life and the best life, and you have options, even then, some girls are still flake. And if you really, really amazing top tier, some girls will flake because they don't think they deserve you. So there's always going to be girls that flake. If girls flake and that freaks you out, a lot of the time it means because you don't have anything else to look forward to in your life. You might not like your own company. You might not have anything else you can do that evening. It's because it's not so much about her. It's about the fact that your life is here and a date with her brings that night up to this level. Well, why the fuck isn't your life always at this level? That's the thing. You have to build your life to where you're excited, you're at this level of enjoyment, you're bringing her along for the ride, you're bringing her with you at this level. You're inviting her into your life for an evening, you're gonna have this good of a time anyway, and she's coming there to meet you at that level. I'm not saying you can't like her, I'm not saying you can't invest a little bit of emotion into her, but you really can't invest much when you first meet her, and a lot of the time, you might care a lot about meeting her because in your mind, your life is at this level and she is making your evening temporarily at this level. You can't think that way and you can't have your life that way. It's partially how are you thinking about your life? That's part of it. And then it's part of it like, well, if she flakes, what would you do that evening? And if what you would do that evening is not as fun as the date that you would have, then you're going to be invested because she's the best option you have. Girls don't want to be the best option you have. They want you to be their best option. If they're the best option you have, then there's an assumption that like, oh, cool, this guy isn't as good. Like I could do better. And even if they can't do better, like they don't want you. They want to. It's not like, people don't like to say this because of course it's super politically incorrect, but first of all, fuck political correctness. Fuck that shit. Even the word political correctness, like who fucking says that I'm correct or not correct when I say something? Like, you don't have the authority to tell me that my speech is correct or not. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. Even just the phrase is fucked up. And full offense to the people who are wanting political correctness, and full offense to the people who would downvote this video. Fucking downvote it, please. Please downvote it. Trash me in the comments. I fully invite you to, because fuck political correctness. But girls want to date up. This is again for the most part. There are girls who want a guy to look up to them and who want to feel more dominant. There are those, but I'm saying for the most part, girls want to date up. Guys want to date down. That's why you hear a lot of girls be like, well, I'm so smart. Why am I intimidating so many guys? I think, yeah, some guys are insecure, but I also think that there's a truth to the guy wants to feel like he's bigger. I'm big, like I'm dominant, I'm in control, and I'm capable, and the girl needs me. And the girl wants to feel small, like I'm taken care of. This guy has it in control. I can lay back and just let the guy take control. Obviously, you can't do something the girl doesn't want. You have to do this together. A relationship or a sexual union is you're both on the same team. You're both doing it together. But there is 100% an aspect of girls want to date up and guys want to date down. So that's a big important thing, is that people don't tell you, well, that's not true. The only people that do tell you are weird, bitter guys who are on who got burned and are on a stepping stone from like, I got burned to like, I have my life in order. And in that middle ground, they're bitter. And so like a lot of the red pill guys, for instance, it's a bitter stepping stone between I was too nice and I'm balanced. You have to go straight. You could go on that stepping stone, but there's a danger in going down a bitter path, going down a rabbit hole, and getting bitter and bitter and angry, and that's not good either. There's some truth to the red pill stuff, but you really have to, like, it would be a lot more efficient to just find somebody like me, or like I know a guy who's even so much better than me when it comes to explaining this stuff. Even though I think I'm damn good at explaining this stuff, there's a guy who's a lot better and awesome at this. I'll link to he has a podcast and a YouTube channel, Andy from Kill Your Inner Loser and The Inner Winner Show. I'll link to The Inner Winner Show in my notes. He has some great stuff for women too. You have to find somebody who's been down that road of being too nice and being burned, and then being too mean and bitter, and pushing all the girls away, or guys, or whatever, you know. You have to go through both of those things, but find somebody who's gone through both of those things and who can tell you the benefits of both and synthesize the information for you. You can't listen to somebody who's like, yeah, be nice, respect women all the time, don't, think about what they need. Okay, there's some truth to that, but you can't listen to somebody who is only that. You also can't listen to somebody who's like, respect yourself, put yourself first always, don't give her too much of yourself, and is only that. Now, those are all true things, but if you're only that, then you're just a bitter asshole dick, and not a good dick, not that kind of dick, like an asshole. You have to be able to be both and synthesize them. And if you want to listen to somebody that helps you with relationships, because one part of a passionate life is passionate sex and passionate relationships with cool people that you like and that are kind to you and that treat you well, relationships that make your life better. That's amazing and fucking awesome, and what you need in your life. You need a lot more of that. You need to listen to somebody who's there. You can't listen to somebody who's bitter. You can't listen to somebody who's overly nice. You have to listen to somebody who's integrated both of those parts of themselves and is able to teach you and guide you with their content or with direct coaching. Andy actually does do direct coaching. I've done coaching with him. I continue to do coaching with him because he's a cool fucking guy, and he has his sex life on fucking point. He has threesomes with his girlfriend a lot. And right now, actually, they both turn off their Tinders because they have too many girls they're seeing together. And they just don't have time for it all, which is awesome as fuck. Like, that's an awesome problem to have. It's like, yo, I have a girlfriend, we see girls together, and we're actually not looking for more girls because we have too many. That's a cool fucking problem to have. But he does coaching. I think I'll put it all in my show notes. If you want to explore that, or even just watch his free content or whatever, and you decide at one point to do coaching, just let him know Joe sent you. It's no extra cost to you. We have a little deal. Yes, I pay for his coaching myself. I wouldn't give you suggestions in any of my links for something I haven't done myself. And for him, I've paid a lot of money to him. Or it was like an exchange between me and him at one point, where it was like I would help him with his podcast, he would give me coaching. But now I've started to pay money for his coaching because I want to focus on my own podcast, my own YouTube channel and content. So I am paying him a lot of money. I'm paying him the exact same amount of money that you'd be paying him. And just tell him Joe sent you, and you'll help him out my channel too. But anyway, he's a cool fucking guy. Everything he says is, he has the experience. It comes from a place of experience. And if he doesn't know the answer, he tends to work with you, which is cool as fuck. His podcast is cool as fuck too. So if you just want to check out his podcast and learn more, fucking do that. And he's actually the guy that suggested that I get this particular camera and this particular mount. So that's also in the link below if you want to check it out. I fucking love this camera. I'm sure you guys love the camera, because whenever I switch to this view, this is my iPhone 12 Pro, every time I switch to this view, the color balance and contrast and depth of field isn't as good. I mean, it's a damn good camera in its own right, especially for a phone camera, but it's not nearly as good as the depth of field and the contrast and the white balance. And it's really awesome because like this, I noticed that like I'm warm and the background's cool in every single thing I shoot with this, which is really cool. At least in this house, it's like that, and the background's slightly blurred. With this bad boy, everything's either warm or cool. It doesn't have that contrast between me and the background, and there's also no blurring in the background. It's a very clear video. It's kind of nice, but it's not nearly as good as this. This is, oh my God, so sexy. Anyway, so that's a little bit about relationships. I'll probably have more videos about relationships. I think I've had videos in the past about like sex and relationships. And if you guys haven't noticed, I'm putting like day X in front of everything that I do because I'm on a 365 project. I'm doing 365 days of a YouTube video published every single day. This is, I'm doing 5 today. I was inspired by Andy. He did 10 podcasts because he's doing the same thing but for podcast. He did 10 podcasts on a day. This is number 1 that I'm recording today. Number fucking 1. So if you want to get, I release them about noon every day. I just schedule them. I pop them up on YouTube and I schedule them. If you want to get it minute 1, go ahead and subscribe. Andy started to do a thing. I think I'll do at some point once I see that people are interested. Scratching my nose. In my tips, tricks, and lessons I've learned from trying to build my own passionate life. I think I'm pretty far in building my passionate life. I think I'm in a good place in building a life I find passionate, and exciting, and awesome. And I've had a lot of feedback in saying that like, hey, yo, I feel like you're a little bit further than me. Let me listen to you. Let me learn from you. My friend was actually hitting me up about how to prepare for an ice bath of all things because of my ice bath video that I did a few days ago. Check that out if you like. I forgot which day it is. It's like, you'll see it. It's pretty clear. It's like, I think it's like my first 2 ice baths and Wim Hof breathing, ? Because I found out that, spoiler alert, I found out that Wim Hof breathing is actually overkill, at least for the ice baths I was in for 3 minutes. Wim Hof breathing is overkill. I found that for me it was easier just to be chill and to kind of sit and feel myself more deeper into my center, kind of like I'm meditating. That was a lot better than me just like breathing, doing fire breath. That was a lot better for me to just sit and just breathe slowly and breathe normally. So if you want to check that out, it's a pretty cool video. It's pretty fun. It's a little short video, so like this one's a little longer. That one's less of a time commitment. I don't know how important that is to you. Some people like long, some people like short. Check that out. That's in the link below. I'm gonna put a lot of fucking links in the link below. It's gonna be in the like description below. So anyway, where's my, oh man. There it is. I gotta get my lens cap. Oh no! So that's that. Hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more, subscribe. That really helps me out because then I know people are interested. So cheers.